Alright guys, this is number 2, second time trying this. Microphone's still going crazy. It is Friday night. This is Thursday night's regular scheduled programming, but I did not train Thursday night. If you watch my videos, I did my box squats on Wednesday night, 5 sets of 8 reps, which left me nice and sore. Absolutely exhausted on Thursday. Not as sore and exhausted as the week before, where I did 5 sets of 10s, even though it was a much lighter weight. Thursday was also our first day of our new lockdown measures. Nobody's supposed to be outside after 8 o'clock. They've got the streets blocked off with roadblocks as well going in and out of the cities. So just a little bit of stress yesterday. But I'm here today. The rough plan for the day would be, this is the 190 stone, 230, 245. So the goal is casual reps. Load the first one, load the second one, and get a couple of reps with the last one. I really need 3 solid sets to have similar volume to what I've been doing without getting beat up. So I'm getting ready for the contest stones, which are in about 5 weeks. Which would be the 190, 230, 245, 265, and 285, which I've got set up over there. I'm gonna have to get some extra space here on the wall, but I'm slowly building up to getting into a better series. I'm not pushing anything for speed just yet. I don't want to risk anything, so I need 3 solid sets of good reps, not pushing the first set as always, and then every set I can take a little bit more of a chance. But that's the rough plan. There was something else I was going to say. Not too terribly sore. I am sore, but not too terribly sore. I've got to keep in mind that in less than 48 hours, I've got log press, deadlift, and sandbags. So even though if I feel great today and I want to push things, I have to keep it really in the back of my mind how much I can recover in 48 hours to come back out here and train again. So that's what throws everything off going from Thursday to Sunday, or from Thursday to Friday. So it's Friday, gonna get some stuff done. Friday night, play with my balls. Let's tacky these suckers up. Warm up on the sandbag as always. Let's get moving, guys. You gotta get the ankles flexible. It's a big issue with me is ankle and calf flexibility on these. As I get older, I'm thinking I wouldn't mind more of a heel on a shoe than what I've got now. Although if I get warmed up pretty well, I tend to drive real well with my heels flat foot anyway. So sit like this, try to get my arms laid out, stretch that. All right, so if we have some luck this time, the microphone maybe got it figured out. 3 sets down, I can definitely positively say I expected today to go better than it did, had higher hopes. I'm pretty sure that was the 245 stone, not the 265. I'm pretty sure it is. It's the one that's funky on the bottom. But it eats tacky. Whatever you put on there, it just eats it. But that's really no excuse. It was made with slick pea gravel. I don't know what exactly they call that in other countries, but it's the brown, shiny, smooth rock. We use it quite often. We used to, let's say in the 80s, in the 90s, in Kentucky, is go around trees maybe. Might add some to your driveway if you have a rock driveway. But it looks really nice. It's brown, it's shiny, but not the most ideal thing to put inside an Atlas stone to get it to weigh a certain weight. But the guy who made my stones must have been a genius, because he put a different kind of rock in every kind of stone. And not only is it a different diameter, but it's a different weight. But each stone is very, very particular, and that's just one of those stones that when it's got holes in it anyway, so you put tacky on it, it fills in the holes. And then the rocks that do come through on the outside are slick. And if you've ever lifted, say if you've ever done a metal stone or a Husafell stone and tried to use tacky on it, a metal Husafell stone, try to use tacky on it, then you know that it just makes everything worse. So, but I got the reps in. I got 12 reps in, and then I had to unload 2. So we'll call that 14. But the big things, other than smashing my fingers somehow, I feel like I've jammed a splinter under a couple of my fingernails. I don't know what I did there. But everything stuck to the ground. I feel like I almost ripped a nipple off on one of them. That's some serious high-grade tacky right there. All 3 of those. But hamstrings worked hard. Hamstrings cramped up, and I could push through it without any kind of injury. I don't think I would want to do one more set. It would definitely greatly affect my performance on Sunday. A little worried about biceps a little bit, because I was carrying everything while my biceps working around my hamstrings. But even the very last load was a little bit of a struggle for whatever reason. I'm still working on forcing it up as high as I can, because that's the goal. I've got to get that full triple extension. And doing that, I was able to fight it. I was able to strain and not tear anything, not hurt anything, or do any severe cramping. And that's huge. That's really the purpose of everything that I'm doing right now, is to be able to strain without getting hurt. So it's in the past couple of years, I've been able to strain, and then I keep banging my head against that wall straining, and eventually something pops, tears, or hurts. So I need my body to be able to strain against, a weight or a wall that is equal to its resistance, right now, or equal in resistance to my body's pressure. And I need to be able to push and fight through that without injury. And I'm doing a really, really good job, knocking on wood, of finding that balance of application and resistance, pressure and resistance, so that I can fight through it and push through it without hitting a wall that causes something to break. So that's a big point. So that's I've got nothing to do except I lose some accessories, abs, and reverse hypers tonight. I need to rest, and then tomorrow night I need to do something to get my hamstrings, low back warmed up, and then Sunday is standard log press, deadlift, and sandbags. And I believe on the sandbags, I've got to make a judgment call. Do I want to stay with the 90 kilogram sandbag? The last time I made the jump from 90 to 110, I think. And I had a horrible week, but I only got 1 single out of it. So I don't need a single, and I don't need my body beat up. And if I'm not recovered from today, it doesn't do me any good. So I've got to make the call between now and then. I might just keep the 90 bag, or I might, it's real easy to adjust. I can go 90, 95, and 100 and make my 3 sets that way. It's real easy. I know exactly how many how many shaker cups of these, of sand, I've got spare sand, will make up a kilogram. So I can add that way if I need to between sets. And I need to get my dynamic effort session in. If nothing else, I can skip the actual sandbag work from here on out. From here on, I could stick with my 50 kilogram bag, and then I could do a couple of sets, a couple of reps with the 90 kilogram bag if I had to, adding the bands, getting my dynamic effort sessions in as well. So that's going to be a big key in me making progress on stones safely between now and when I have to do it for contest time. So that's it, guys. I love the tacky. I keep mentioning this, the tacky that I've used. You see, this is the Cerber Strength level 4. Even in, I mean, I use this all summer. You guys have watched me. So, I mean, I trained back when it was midnight and still, 110 degrees outside. This still stuck, and it was pliable to the stones. So if you're training and you're going to be doing the stones in extremely hot weather, I would still suggest a fan to try and keep you dry. But that tacky is ridiculous. And then the level 3 tacky, as it began to cool off a little bit out here, I think that tacky was absolutely wonderful. I'm not for sure between the two which one I like. I think I like the level 3 on the stone and the level 4 on my hands. And what I did today, because I'm out of level 4, I had a new jar of level 3 inside. I brought it out. Was I used the level 3 on my hands, and then I took this is from Old Time Strength. It's a buddy of mine that makes this, and it's the only cold weather tacky that I had. And it's not cold weather, but it's cold for us. Pretty much everybody else was wearing jackets. But I used the cold weather tacky. It's very, very pliable. I used it on the stones because it spreads much easier than the hot weather tacky. And then I used the hot weather tacky on my palms, hands, and forearms. So I could grab and go. And I grabbed and I stuck to it. So whenever I did get a grip, it really, really stuck. And especially on the smaller stones that were smoother, that had more tacky on them for the previous weeks. I think that 112 stone, I've only used it a couple of times at all in the last few years. So, in the last, I did a 12-week training block, and then now I'm at week 6 or week 7, maybe week 8 of this training block. And this is the first time I've used it in this training block, and I would have used it for, I think, 2 sessions in the last training block. So it hasn't had a lot of reps on it. It doesn't have any tacky on it. It's very, very slick. So I'm impressed. I'm happy. So I'm going to get the rest of this tacky off. I got a couple spots. And I say this every week, but if you're doing stones and you're taking the skin off, I don't really take the skin off. I've got a solid callus. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, I've been doing stones 20 years, and I do have stone sleeves, but who's going to put the sleeves on me? I mean, I'm out by myself. Who's going to put them on? And I can put them on, but it takes an extra, like 15 minutes to get them on. And I've got to go through zip ties, and then eventually I've got to go buy more zip ties because I'm almost out. And I use a bunch of my zip ties to tie up the fence here. But I just go bare skin, and it's fine. Cut up my skin a little bit, but the biggest issue with that is your arms have to recover. So if you're having issues with it ripping your arms open, I don't really care what people think if they see my arms ripped open in public. It's a great thing to talk about. It's a cool story to talk about, but you do want those to recover between training sessions. So if you're a new guy, a new lifter to stones, and you're not used to your arms being ripped open, they're not calloused like mine, this is where a lot of my programming will come in handy, because you're only using stones every other week. You're using sandbags every other week, and you can get a good pair of sleeves or tape it up every couple of training sessions. So you do need to get your arms used to it. I think it's just like deadlifting the straps. You need to get your grip used to holding onto a bar, and you do need to let your forearms toughen up a little bit. But don't be afraid to wear those sleeves, because you don't want to come out when it's stone day and be too sore and beat up to actually lift stones. So sleeves are definitely a good idea if you have the option to do that and the opportunity. So, but if you don't, rubbing alcohol definitely going to help you heal faster. Keep away the infection, guys. Don't leave it out. It's a very, very important part of raw stone training. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on Sunday for another fun Sunday. Have a good one, guys. Yeah. I don't care. Mom going to bed? Luke? Okay, so he's not watching. I don't mind if you play Xbox. Did Mom say okay? Did Mom say okay? All right, I don't mind. Finish up around 12? Around? Dad, can I play Xbox? Mom said ask you. That seriously did almost take my nipple off.